this lecture on best practices for user management. In this session, we will explore the essential AWS Identity and Access Management best practices that are crucial for securing your AWS environment. These guidelines are designed to prevent unauthorized access and maintain the integrity of your resources, forming the backbone of a robust security strategy. Adhering to these practices is not just a recommendation, but a necessity in today's cloud-centric world to help mitigate risks associated with misconfigured permissions and ensure that your AWS infrastructure remains protected against potential threats. Over the course of this lecture, you will gain a comprehensive understanding of key strategies that will empower you to manage users effectively and safeguard your AWS account. Let's dive into these critical best practices. The first best practice we'll cover is the principle of least privilege. This principle mandates that you grant only the permissions necessary for users, roles, and services to perform their specific tasks, ensuring minimal access rights. By avoiding overly permissive policies, you reduce the risk of accidental or malicious misuse of resources. This approach limits the damage potential if credentials are compromised, making it a cornerstone of secure IAM configuration. Implementing this practice requires careful planning to align permissions with job functions, a skill you'll refine as we progress through practical examples in this course. Next, let's address the importance of avoiding the root user for daily operations. The AWS account root holds unrestricted access to all resources, making it a high-risk entity if used routinely. Best practice dictates using the root user only for initial setup and specific account management tasks, such as enabling MFA or managing billing. Instead, create and use separate IAM users or roles for daily administrative and operational activities. This separation of duties enhances security by limiting the exposure of the root user, a strategy that protects your AWS account from potential breaches. Enforcing multi-factor authentication is a vital best practice for enhancing security. You should require MFA for the root user and all IAM users with console access, especially those with elevated privileges. This additional layer of security requires a second form of verification, such as a mobile app or hardware token, significantly reducing the risk of unauthorized access, even if passwords are stolen. By implementing MFA, you establish a robust defense mechanism, ensuring that your AWS environment remains secure against sophisticated cyber threats. Another key practice is to use IAM roles for applications and services, rather than embedding access keys directly in code or on instances. IAM roles provide a secure alternative for granting permission. These roles deliver temporary, automatically rotated credentials, eliminating the need to manage static keys and reducing the risk of exposure. This is particularly beneficial for AWS services and applications running on EC2 instances. Adopting this approach streamlines security management and ensures that your applications operate with the least privilege necessary, enhancing overall AWS security. Regularly reviewing and auditing permissions is essential for maintaining a secure AWS environment. You should periodically assess IAM policies and access logs to ensure permissions remain appropriate. This practice helps identify unused or overly permissive access, allowing you to refine policies and mitigate risks. Tools like IAM Access Analyzer can assist in this process by providing detailed insights. By establishing a routine audit schedule, you ensure ongoing compliance and security, a critical habit for any AWS administrator. And of course, implementing strong password policies is a fundamental best practice for IAM users. You should enforce requirements for complexity, length, and regular rotation to strengthen account security. These policies help prevent brute force attacks and ensure that user credentials remain robust over time. Configuring this within IAM settings is a straightforward yet effective security measure. By adopting strong password practices, you create an additional barrier against unauthorized access, protecting your AWS resources effectively. Centralizing IAM management is crucial, especially in multi-account environments. Utilizing AWS Organizations and AWS Identity Center allows you to streamline identity management across your AWS accounts. This centralized approach simplifies policy enforcement and user provisioning, ensuring consistency and reducing administrative overhead. It's particularly valuable for organizations with complex AWS setups. By leveraging these tools, you enhance security and efficiency, making centralized management a strategic advantage for your AWS infrastructure. Avoiding inline policies, where possible, is also a recommended best practice for scalability. Instead, prefer customer managed policies or AWS managed policies, which are reusable and easy to manage at scale. Inline policies being tightly coupled to a single IAM entity can become cumbersome as your environment grows, leading to management challenges and potential errors. By adopting reusable policies, you streamline administration and ensure consistency, a critical factor for maintaining a secure and efficient AWS setup. Leveraging attribute-based access control offers a more granular approach to permissions. This method defines access based on attributes of users and resources, allowing for dynamic and scalable control. ABAC enhances flexibility by reducing the need for numerous individual policies, making it ideal for environments with diverse user bases or resource types. By mastering ABAC, you'll be equipped to implement sophisticated access controls, improving both security and manageability in your AWS environment. And finally, for advanced control, utilize permission boundaries and service control policies. Permission boundaries set the maximum permissions an IAM entity can have, providing an upper limit to access rights. SCPs, used within AWS organizations, define guardrails for permissions across multiple accounts, ensuring consistent security policies at scale. Mastering these tools will enable you to enforce strict security measures, making them indispensable for managing complex AWS environments effectively. As we conclude this lecture on best practices for user management, you've gained a comprehensive set of strategies to secure your AWS environment. These practices collectively strengthen your IAM configuration and protect your resources. Applying these best practices requires ongoing diligence, so we encourage you to revisit and refine them as your AWS usage evolves. In our next lecture, we'll explore leveraging IAM groups to further enhance your access control capabilities. I look forward to talking to you then, so skip ahead to the next lecture.